Welcome to Sip and Say with Stephanie. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to Sip and Say with Stephanie on the Stephanie Humphrey channel and the Stephanie Humphrey podcast. How are you all doing tonight? Ooh, forgot to mute up here, praise God. How are you all doing tonight? How are you doing mentally? How are you doing emotionally? How are you doing spiritually? How are you doing physically? How are you all doing tonight? I am feeling pretty good. Y'all know I was about to break out with my Patti LaBelle song. Well, not my Patti LaBelle song, but I was about to break out in my rendition of Patti LaBelle's song. I'm feeling good from my head to my shoes. And I'm done. I'm feeling pretty good tonight, you all. I have a lot going on in my life right now, you all. And so, man, oh man, it's been something like this week and next week, I'm like on roller skates. Like I have a lot I'm doing. And I thank God for his peace. I thank God for keeping me in my right mind, his right mind, in my right mind. Let this mind be in you that's also in the Lord. He will keep you in perfect peace if you keep your mind set on him. So I'm thankful to have the mind of Christ. And so I'm thankful that even though I do have a lot going on, I don't feel overwhelmed, which is growth. Praise God. And so I don't feel overwhelmed. While I feel the weight of it, I don't feel nervous. Like I feel the WEIGHT, somewhat of the weight of it, but I don't feel nervous. I don't feel anxious. I feel in a posture of expectancy because I've never been here before. Like I've never had this much going on and still feel peace. Not that I can recall. And so it feels good. It feels new. It feels scary because it's just like, wow, I'm really not depending on Stephanie. I'm putting my trust and confidence in the Lord. And I'm thankful for that. Oh my God, I'm thankful for that. So it's all, yeah, all is well, all is well. Again, have a lot going on, navigating through things as life would have, but all is well. I had some friends over this weekend, man. When I say I played a game with my friends, y'all, when I say they looking at me like I'm cross-eyed. So the first game we played was Minesweeper, and none of them had played it before. And when I say they was looking at me like, if we don't get through this game right now, it was fun to me to see their expressions and to see their teamwork and to see their engagement and again just for them to be looking at me cross-eyed. It was hilarious and fun, and I just enjoyed it. And then we played a few other games, and it was just nice. It was nice to have my friends over for us to just break bread together and have fun with each other. So I told them I'm going to plan another one in the summer. And so I'm excited to be hosting that. And I'm going to do a cookout for that one. I'm going to get the grill out. We're going to cook out for that one. I wanted to cook out for this one, but I ended up not doing that. And so I'm going to have a cookout for the one in the summer if the Lord blesses me to live to see it. And so I'm excited to invite some more people over so that we can just celebrate being sisters, celebrate being girlfriends, celebrate being women who are enjoying life and can get together and have a good time with each other and just celebrate just our persons, not necessarily our successes, but just celebrate us as women. And so I'm excited. I had to figure out some other games to play with them for that time. And I got to find at least one challenging one because that Minesweeper was challenging. They was like, Stephanie, where you find this game at? I was like, I used to play this with my kids, with my teenagers, the high schoolers, used to play it with them. And so anyway, we had a good time. Let me get into what we're doing tonight. And so tonight, everything is going to be, I'm going to focus in on just like one topic, and then that topic is going to give us other topics to focus on. But I'm going to focus on the Fearless Fund. If you've never heard of the Fearless Fund, I will share information about the Fearless Fund with you tonight. which kind of leads us into a conversation about DEI and affirmative action. So I'll give you some history there about the admissions case, which repealed affirmative action in college admissions. So we're going to talk about all of that tonight. And I've been doing some research about the Fearless Fund. I first learned about them, I think, last year or in 2022. And so I've done some research on them, and I wish it was something I could tap into, but my small business doesn't fit their criteria, which is okay. I'm glad that it has blessed the hundreds of small businesses that it has blessed. So we'll get into all of that tonight. And then I want to do an unboxing with you. So I have one box that came. I think this box has been here for like 2 to 3 weeks, and I haven't opened it. I had planned to open it last Thursday, but it took me a while to get through the mindfulness. I thought about it the Thursday before, and then I was like, I'll just do it next week, Thursday. And y'all, this is week 3. I think week 3 since it's been sitting here, and I've been looking at it, and I'm like, I'm gonna wait. So I will do that unboxing at the end for you. Okay, awesome. So what are y'all sipping on tonight? So I'm sipping on some straight up water, and I actually bought 2. I got my Stephanie Humphrey channel mug, and then I've got my mug that my sister gave me for Christmas, I think, for one Christmas, I think the 2022 Christmas. It was in the bag that she gave me with some other items. Because I was like, child, I'm feeling just a tad little bit of a dryness. And so I was like, well, let me get both of them. So I am sipping on water tonight. Woo, gosh, y'all, I feel so good. Okay, so let me get into it because y'all know I haven't eaten yet. I have no idea what I'm going to eat well, I have some idea of what I want to eat for dinner. We'll see, child. We'll see. It might just be some vegetables, and it might just gonna have to be that, and it's gonna be okay. All right. So let's get right into what we need to talk about tonight. It has been since January since we've had a sip and say with Stephanie, because I haven't, like, not September, woo, but February we talked about women. This is Women's History Month. We talked about Black History Month, and we talked about women as far as it relates to our heart health, because February, is Heart Health Month. And so we talked about that during our Sip and Say with Stephanie episode. So it's been a minute since I've done a Sip and Say with you. And you all know what's going on in the news. I'm sure you've been watching the news, you've been listening in, you know what's going on. And so I decided I just didn't want to talk about like straight up news tonight. But the Fearless Fund, like I said, has really been on my mind. And I really wanted to talk to you about it tonight in case you don't know, in case you are unaware of what might be happening in our world today as it relates to diversity, equity, and inclusion. I just needed us to know this tonight. So I'm getting my technology together right now because I'm having some feedback here. And so give me just a moment to my podcast listeners. How are y'all doing? So glad that you're here for our session tonight. So let's get right into it. So the Fearless Fund is a company started by 2 Black women, Miss Arian. If I'm saying your name wrong, Miss Simone, I sincerely apologize. But Miss Arian Simone, she is a CEO and a founding partner of Fearless Fund, and also Miss Ayanna Parsons. And she founded this with Miss Simone. And so they came together because they saw that there was a gap that existed in venture capital funding for women of color-led businesses. And they wanted to serve that niche or fill that void. And so they established the Fearless Fund. I cannot remember, I was looking at the year that they started. So Miss Simone, she started the Fearless magazine and the Fearless platform in 2010 with a mission of inspiring millennial entrepreneurial women. And I love that so much, you all. And so, based on the information that I found on the website, Fearless Fund invests in women of color led businesses seeking pre seed, C level, or Series A financing. So, their mission is to bridge the gap in venture capital funding for women of color founders, building scalable, growth aggressive companies. Fearless Fund is built by women of color for women of color. You all, I love this so much. I was looking on their website, which I'll add to the description, and it shows some of the women led businesses that they have helped over the years. Y'all, they have helped so many individuals. Let's see, I pulled it up so I can let you all know that the fear. Okay, so this is the fearless one. I didn't even count them up. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. Let me go here. There has been over. I didn't even count them up, y'all. I'm actually looking at the Fearless Foundation. I had statistics for the Fearless Foundation, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But the Fearless Fund, they have helped multiple businesses. I don't even have a number for you, but they have helped multiple businesses. And two of the businesses that they have helped, you all, according to their website, is the lip bar. You all know I talked about the lip bar during Black History Month, or I talked about the lip bar as one of the businesses that I purchased in February during Black History Month. And so when I saw Miss Melissa on the list, I was so excited to see her. And also there's a young lady, I forgot to write her name down. I don't have her information down, but I was actually going to purchase from her business during Black History Month. But her products, she does cookies and snacks, but her products were not available on her website. Her website does feature the cookies and snacks that she produces, but it takes you to, or it gives you information about other retailers that you purchase the cookies from. Some of those retailers are the same for some of the cookies, some of them are different. So I didn't take the time to look through every single one of the cookies that I wanted, because there was a couple, like more than a couple, that I wanted to purchase. And so I just need to take the time to look at the retailers that sell at least most, if not all, of the cookies that I want to purchase. And that company is Partake. Y'all, I was in a retailer maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and y'all, I was looking for my Partake cookies. Like I don't know if this particular retailer sells the cookies, but I went looking, so I was like, they have to be in here. So I looked down the cookie aisle, I looked down the specialty cookie aisle, and they weren't there. And so I'm gonna have to figure out where I can get the bulk of the cookies from. But she has chocolate chip cookies, double chocolate cookies, brownie cookies. There's some ginger snaps in there. I can't remember if I saw some wafers. I feel like I saw some wafers as well. And I'm going to open it up. And one thing that caught my attention about Partake is that the cookies and the snacks, they are gluten-free, vegan, and non-GMO, which I like. No genetically modified substances anywhere in the cookies. She has lemon cookies as well. That's the ones I really want. I want them lemon cookies, because their boxes put me in the mind, of other cookies that I purchased from before. I'm gonna leave that there. She has graham cookies. And let me see the young lady's name. I do remember that one of her children has allergies, and she was looking for a product that could support her child without making her sick, without causing an asphyxiate, without causing any allergic reactions, okay? Because I can't even get my tongue to say the term that we use. Let me see. I'm looking for the young lady's name, and I cannot find. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So it's her daughter. It was her daughter. So her name is Denise Woodard. Y'all, I'm so sorry that I didn't have it ready. Please forgive me. She actually created Partake, founded it in 2016. She's the CEO and founder, of course, Ms. Denise Woodard. Her daughter was diagnosed with multiple food allergies, and so she wanted to provide a delicious, allergy-friendly product for her daughter. And that's what a lot of small businesses start. Of course, all businesses start to feel a need, right? But a lot of like small businesses, Black owned businesses, women of color businesses, and then just like I said, small businesses in general, they are formed, they are founded to meet a need. And I love this, like I love it so much when parents and just other individuals start a company, like start a business to support their family, to help their family, to support their community. Like that blesses me and encourages me when I read these stories. And so that is why Partake was established. And I'm really excited to be able to purchase me some Partake cookies and products. And when I do, you all, I'll let you know how it was. I probably will do the unboxing on the show so you can get my first impression of how the cookies taste. She also has a pancake mix, y'all. Come on in, somebody. She has a pancake mix. So you all take advantage of this vegan, allergy-friendly product. I'm going to actually put the link in the chat right now so you can go ahead and look at it, because maybe you want to order some of the Partake cookies and products tonight. Like, I don't know, maybe you do, maybe you don't. So I'm going to go ahead and put this Partake in the chat. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right, y'all. So let me get back to the Fearless Fund. But like I said, there was 2 organizations that the Fearless Fund has supported, so I wanted to share that with you. At least the lip bar has been impactful to me thus far. And actually, one of my friends that came this weekend, when she walked in, I was like, is that the lip bar? She was like, yes, girl. And so we got to talking about the lip bar, and I was able to share my lip bar with my friends. And so it was like exciting. I did tell them that so y'all don't even know what I tell them, but I shared the products that I had here so they could see the colors and make a decision if they wanted to get the lip bar for themselves. And so you all, on Fearless Fund's website, they did note that female founded companies perform 63% better on average than all male finding teams. This information was taken from the Fearless Fund website, but this particular statistic came from their first round capital in 2015. 63% of female founded businesses on average perform better than all male founding teams. Like, I was like, wow, that's big. That's big. And I do want to share this information. Despite a greater potential to produce higher returns, women are historically underfunded, particularly women of color. And I want you all to listen to this statistic. In 2018, US companies raised a total of 130 billion in venture capital funding, but only 2.2% of that 130 billion went towards companies founded by females. Less than 1% of the 130 billion in venture capital funding was allocated toward businesses founded by women of color. That's from Fortune 2018 and Girl Boss 2019. Y'all, a billion-dollar business and women of color are allocated less than 1%. This may not mean anything to you all, but I'm a small business, a Black-owned, woman-owned business. This means something to me. Even though I've never sought out venture capital, I appreciate the fact that it is available to women who need it and meet that criteria. I appreciate it. I'm glad it's available. I'm glad that it supports venture capital, supports Black-owned businesses, small businesses, women-owned businesses. Like, I appreciate that so much. And so so while this doesn't directly affect me, it's still important to me. It means something to me. And I hope that it means something to you. Just stick with me. And if it don't mean nothing to you now, it's going to mean something to you by the time I finish, because I have a lot more information to share with you. So just in case you don't know what venture capital is, it is finances that are provided to new companies with high growth potential. Most of the time, all the time, investors receive ownership stakes or investment-like stakes in the company that they provide the finances for, okay? So that's why I don't even meet the criteria for that, because first of all, I don't want anybody else having a stake in my business. That's just my preference. And also, I don't necessarily feel like my business is like a high growth potential business as venture capital funding is available for, like those type of businesses that it's available for. My business is not high growth potential. Like, like makeup is to me a high growth potential business. Like t-shirts and mugs and things like that. I think that would be a high growth thing business. A restaurant would be a high growth potential business. What else? What do you all think are some more high growth potential businesses? But those are some ones that I can think of right away. Clothing to me would be high growth potential. So businesses like that. All right. So that's the Fearless Fund. So also the Fearless Foundation is an aspect of the Fearless Fund. So the Fearless Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that provides capital, community, mentorship, and education to women of color entrepreneurs. Hallelujah. Their goal is to create a world where women of color have equal access to the resources they need to succeed in business. And you all, I want to give you some information about the Fearless Foundation and how they have helped you all. They have helped, let me pull it back up. They have helped over 346 businesses. So they have given over 346 grants have been given away by the Fearless Foundation. They have also awarded over $3 million in funding, you all, in program funding. $3 million, that is huge for small businesses and huge for women-owned businesses, you all. And they also know on their website that over 22,000 women of color have applied for their grants, okay? And so, man, wow, I love it. Anything that supports women, I love. And then if you support Black businesses, that's a double love for me. And so you all, I'm going to tell you why me mentioning Fearless Fund and Fearless Foundation is so important. On June 29th, 2023, the Supreme Court Justice made a decision about the Students for Fair Admissions, Inc. versus President and Fellows of Harvard College and Students for Fair Admissions, Inc. versus University of North Carolina. The Supreme Court on June 29, 2023 made a landmark decision about this particular case. This was a case where Asian students felt like there were some discriminatory practices at Harvard College and at the University of North Carolina. It doesn't say which one. It doesn't say which one. It doesn't say which one. So I'm gonna just leave that there. I can imagine. I know the one they talk about. I'm just, even when I was looking in the court cases, I did read a few pages of a court case. Not the court case. I'm sorry. I read a few pages of the dissent by the Supreme Court, and I was just like, this is interesting. And I noted some of the other. I think there was a Grubbs case that was noted. Brown versus Board of Education was definitely, noted in the dissent. So, anywho, the Students for Fair Admissions, they sued Harvard and University of North Carolina, and they won. So let me tell you exactly what was noted. They claim that under Harvard's and UNC's admission scheme, despite Asian American applicants having stronger academic qualifications than other racial groups, they were admitted at lower rates. Now, y'all know who these other racial groups are: Black people, Latino people, Native American people. Third time on June 29, 2023, the Supreme Court held that race conscious affirmative action, which means the consideration of an applicant's race as one factor in making an admissions decision, particularly to realize the educational benefits of diversity, is unconstitutional. So they overturned many of the cases, including Brown versus Board, to say that in this particular case, I'm sorry, I mentioned that Board versus Brown was mentioned in the dissent, but this particular decision has turned over 45 years of precedent, very much like the Dobbs case, which was Roe versus Wade, very much like them repealing Section 4 of the Civil Rights Act of 64. The Civil Rights Act of 64 or 65. And so, but it was Section 4. Y'all, and there's one man behind all of this, and I'm gonna tell you about him in a second. So the reason why I mentioned the Fearless Fund because this landmark case opened the door for attacks on other entities or other areas where affirmative action is needed, or where programs, institutions are in place that support people of color, including the Fearless Fund. Because of this case by the Supreme Court, I'm saying that it is unconstitutional for race to be considered in college admissions. It has opened the door for attacks on DEI just all across the land. And y'all, HBCUs might be next. I'm gonna just tell you how I feel it. HBCUs might be next because they have already come after other programs that support people of color, including the Fearless Fund. They have come after their Fearless Strivers Grant Contest. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. They've also come after there's also been a court case against the Smithsonian Institute because they have let me see, make sure I say it right. They have an internship to draw more Latinos into museum studies and jobs. And so let me say it right. Let me slow down because I'm excited because I'm a little bit passionate about this. So let me slow down. The Smithsonian Institution has an internship to draw more Latinos into museum studies and jobs, but there has been a lawsuit filed to end this program, filed by the same man who filed the proceedings, or who leads the Students for Fair Admissions. Same man for the Fearless Fund. Same man that was a sponsor of the repealing of the Section 4 of the Civil Rights Act. Same man. 4 different areas, y'all, that affect people of color. Same person behind it. So, let me see. All right. Let me share a little bit of information about the case, just a little bit. So the Freedom Fund was actually established in 2019, or launched in 2019. It started with a team of 19 individuals, but since this ongoing litigation, they have had to scale back their team to only 6 people. Y'all, this one man, I said, is behind all this. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of this. I don't have a date for this. But senior U.S. judge, this was in September 2023. I don't have an exact date. But in 2023, fall of 2023, senior U.S. Judge Thomas Thrash denied a preliminary injunction that would have blocked the grants by the Atlanta-based Fearless Fund. And so the lawsuit wanted to make it so that the Fearless Fund would support all women, not just women of color, but all women, which ultimately means white women. They want this particular lawsuit is to give money that was specified or specified for women of color, in particular Black women. They want this particular fund to be available to white women. Let's just say how it is. And with all the opportunities that white people have because of white privilege, because of the historical discrimination of Black people, I just feel like everything that Black people try to accomplish or want to accomplish or establish for ourselves, white people are always coming after it, like always. And even down to the music, white people coming after our music, like everything Black people, everything Black people, everything Black people and for Black people, white people want to come after. I thought about, Greenwood. I thought about what the massacre at Wilmington. I thought about Greenwood. I thought about Rosewood and the other places that have been stripped of economically prospering places that Black people established. What were some of the other ones? Let me see, because I had a few of the other ones. I don't know. Oh, it's right here. So yeah, so I said Greenwood, but Tulsa, Oklahoma is what I meant. There was a massacre in Colfax, Louisiana in 1873. Wilmington was 1898. Elaine, Arkansas was in 1919. Rosewood was in 1923. Like these communities were established. These were Black communities thriving, preparing to leave an inheritance, generational wealth, all of these communities and more that I don't have down that white people have come after over the years. And still this is happening. White people are coming after what we have established for ourselves to support our community and our people. And they will not let us be. I be dog on it. White people, leave us alone. You all talk about how we need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, and we begging for things, and we, looking for a handout. We're not. We are working towards economic wholeness within our communities. But when we do, you come after us. I be doggone it. So leave us alone. Let us do for our communities what we want to do. So that's why I mentioned the Fearless Fund tonight, because they have a lawsuit against them because the admissions case repealed race being a factor in college admissions. So thus by eliminating affirmative action with college admissions, we knew when this happened that they were going to try to come after everything. So now they're coming after grants. Particular for Black women. I tell y'all, I already said it. I think they're gonna come after some HBCUs, y'all. Like white people, leave us the blankety blank alone. Just leave us alone, okay? I'm just saying, leave us alone. Okay, let me get back to the information because I done gone on my emotional rant. So let me Musa get my mindfulness practice on. I appreciate that the senior U.S. Judge Thrash, he denied the preliminary injunction to block the grants from the Fearless Fund. But again, this organization, Fearless Fund, is still going through litigation over a year. Over a year later, because I think the first court case was filed in 2023. So over a year later, almost, not quite a year. So because it was September, so October, November, December, January, February. So we're in month 8. And so, but that's still a long time because I know that Fearless Fund has taken a hit because of this litigation. So let me share some things with you. Let me share some more statistics with you, and then I'll give you more information about the litigation. So I gave you some statistics from 2018 as it relates to venture capitalists. Let me give you some new numbers, some current numbers. So currently, there is approximately 288 billion in the global venture capital market. 288 billion. If I had 288 billion, man, we'd be building some homes for the homeless. We make sure that all kids had a nutritious meal to eat. I don't know what else I'd be doing, but I'd be doing something for the community. I take care of my family too. Hey family, hey, how y'all doing? I love y'all. I take care of y'all too. But I would be pouring into my community. Okay, back to the statistics. Calm down my emotions. Of this $288 billion in venture capital, global venture capital, 0.13% has been allocated to Black women. Y'all, I didn't say 10% or 1%, 0.13%, meaning well less, 0.13%. 0.39% of this 288 billion has gone to all women of color. So the Fearless Fund, again, has been serving a need to Black women who desire to start a small business and meet the qualifications and criteria. But this litigation against them is threatening to not dismantle. I think it's the right word, to dismantle that. You all, I am praying so hard that the Fearless Fund wins this case, because y'all, if they lose this case, it opens the door for them to come after every other thing that's Black. Whether it's additional organizations that exist to support people of color, whether it's our HBCUs, whether it's whatever else that's for Black people, they're coming after everything. And again, there's one person behind these particular cases that I've mentioned tonight. So I want you all to know, let me just see. I do want it noted that the Fearless Fund, they do have support from Reverend Al Sharpton. I'm going to share with you something he said. And so they do have his support, the National Action Network. Thank you so much, Reverend Al Sharpton. He's doing what he do for supporting the Fearless Fund. But this is what he said. Even before the ruling came about, this is what Reverend Al Sharpton said. In a statement sent to News One, he warned the day the Supreme Court gutted affirmative action that right-wing fundamentalists would set their sights on corporate America now that they had their way with higher education. He went on to say that they did just that when they launched a lawsuit against the Fearless Fund for trying to level the playing field for Black women who just wanted a piece of the American dream. He also said these conservative activists would rather melt the brass ring down than give us a chance to grab it. That's why the National Action Network will mobilize in Atlanta this Tuesday, this was in September 2023, to show those who wish to keep us down that we are standing up. Attorney Ben Crump also wrote, "We have maintained all along that this lawsuit has no merit." This was after the injunction, or the, not the injunction was filed, but after the injunction was filed to block, or after the injunction was filed and the senior U.S. judge blocked it, okay, or denied it, okay? So after the denial of the injunction, that's when Attorney Ben Crump said this. He said, "We have maintained all along that this lawsuit has no merit. Today, the court moved to affirm that. Now, Fearless Fund can continue to empower female entrepreneurs of color and change countless lives for the better. We will continue to stand by these inspiring women, even as organizations who are acting on hate attempt to tear them down." you all, so so let me share this also. And I appreciate Attorney Ben Crum and Reverend Al Sharpton and others who are supporting the ladies of the Freedom Fund, Miss Simone and Miss Parsons. We appreciate the work that you have done for Black women and women of color, and we are with you in the fight. We are supporting you in the fight. And so I do want you all to know, or I do want to note with you that Miss Simone, who is the founder, one of the founders of the Fearless Fund, she has noted that it all fell apart, meaning the Fearless Fund, due to litigation. You're talking millions of dollars we've lost, and it's truly impacting our operations. She shared that as she gave information about her 19-member team dwindling down to 6. All right. All right. So the litigation was actually filed in August, is when Edward Bloom, who is the man behind this and behind the repealing of affirmative action for college admissions. His name is Edward Bloom, and y'all, he is leader of the American Alliance for Equal Rights. He has been going after affirmative action for many, many years, y'all, for many years. And he actually, for the college admissions court case, he used Asians to do it. All right, y'all. The interesting thing about the suit against the Fearless Fund is that it noted that the Fearless Fund's grant program, in particular the Fearless Strivers Grant Contest, he noted that that particular grant violated a section of the Civil Rights Act of 1866. And I actually went and read the Civil Rights Act of 1866. Section 1981 is the one that that the suit is based on. And what that did is it granted contracts for non-white people. But that is the act, or the act that was noted in this particular suit against the Freedom Fund. Oh Jesus, y'all, pray here. Y'all pray. The act supported non-white people to gain some contracts, and that is what the suit. Okay. It is noted that this particular lawsuit, and I got this information from I can't see where I got it from right now. But this information came from Britt Morse, and so she's an associate editor at Inc. That's where I got it from. And so it is noted in her article that the lawsuit came 2 months after the firm received multi-million dollar investments from MasterCard, Costco, and Bank of America. According to a press release, these companies supported the Fearless Fund to financially support and provide resources for women of color. Oh, y'all, and Miss Simone, in an interview, she said that it has affected the companies that were partners with the Fearless Fund, and some of them have withdrawn their partnership and their support of the Fearless Fund. So this litigation has really served in the company suffering, and thus women of color who applied for the grants or who were expecting the grants, things like that. It has definitely put a dent in, I'm pretty sure, their plans for moving forward. Of course, Black women businesses, you can still be successful, but this particular fund was set up by us for us, and it has definitely taken a hit since this lawsuit was filed against them in August of last year. I just want to see if there's a few other things. I do want it noted, you all, that, and I was actually looking on the Fearless Fund website. Now I can't find where I found it, but in 2023, they awarded 75 Black women businesses grants, either $10,000 grants or $20,000 grants. So between those two, sums of money, 75 women-owned businesses benefited from those grants, y'all. That's amazing to me. And then, so as I support that, I do have some bad news that there has been a block. This particular program, I'm gonna say it again, the Fearless Drivers grant, it has been put on hold right now, y'all. And it is so discouraging, y'all. It's very discouraging. It's discouraging that this man is so hell-bent on dismantling programs and initiatives and grant opportunities and monies and programs available to Black people. Like, I'm just trying to figure out how is it that this one man can do all this? Like, where are our Black companies or businesses or like NAACP, Urban League, our sororities, our fraternities? Like, where are we in standing in solidarity against these lawsuits that are coming, against these attacks on diversity, equity, and inclusion, against these attacks of our Black companies? I don't hear or see any work being done. If it is being done by your organization, then I sincerely apologize. But I don't see or hear about or know about any of our Black organizations that are supporting or that are standing against this Bloom person with all the wrecking that he is doing in our Black community and programs and initiatives for the Black community. Like, I don't know, like, what are our people doing to combat this? And I ask myself, well, what am I doing? Well, one thing I'm doing is educating us so that we can, I don't know, figure it out together. Talk to our local NAACP, talk to our local Black organizations, our churches, if you're a soror or a frat brother, talking to your frats brothers, your sorors, about what are we going to do to stop all of this attack on our people and our community. So right now I'm educating us. I'm educating myself as well, and we can all take action in our circle of influence. And what that looks like for you might be different from me, but we can all take action some kind of way, because again, I don't think it's going to stop here. I don't, y'all. I don't think it's going to stop here. All right, so let me just see if there's any additional information that I want to share with you. I do want to share this statement that Edward Bloom said, in particular about this court case. And I do want to share another piece of information with you that I was like, wow, this is a trip. So let me share this with you all. This is what Edward Bloom said as it relates to this particular case and coming after Black supported and founded everything. He said that venture capital funding gaps between the races is never a legal or moral justification to exclude certain men and women from public programs by race or ethnicity. He went on to say the American Alliance for Equal Rights believes it is legally permissible to provide benefits to businesses and individuals who are under-resourced, but those benefits must be made available to all races and ethnicities, which is stupid, because if a business or individual is undersourced, matter of fact, most undersourced businesses and individuals are people of color. His statement is so ludicrous, because this man was born in the 50s. He is not stupid to what has been going on in Jim Crow era, with Jim Crow era policies and initiatives and laws. He's not a stupid person. So for him, but this statement that he made, in my opinion, is really stupid, because businesses under-resourced, individuals and businesses are Black people, are Latino people, are Native American people, which is why programs like the Freedom Fund was initiated to serve the under-resourced community, which happens to be Black women. For them, it's Black women. Like, I do want it noted. I'm gonna move on. I do want it noted, you all, that there is a push for this particular lawsuit to become a class to transition into a class action suit. You are my eye, something going on with my eye. And if this happens, then it will open up the door for other white people, let's just say how it is, white men, white women, white people, to join this particular lawsuit. And man, it could turn into a huge obstacle and just a mess. I'm gonna just say, and just a mess. Um, I do want to note it because I mentioned a lot about the Fearless Fund because I knew about them and been researching them and knew about what they offered, and then listened to some conversations with the owner or the founders, Miss Simone and Miss Parsons. But I do want to note it that Hello Alice was first sued in August 2023. Um, she and the co-founder Carolyn Ross, they were in the middle of a funding round when the lawsuit came to them. And y'all, she noted her name is, let's see if I can get her name. Elizabeth Gore. So Hello Sue, excuse me, Hello Alice, excuse me, is an online platform for business owners. And again, it was founded by Elizabeth Gore and Carolyn Ross. And they had to, you all, lay off 69% of their workforce as a result of this litigation against them. So another company being affected by the Supreme Court justice's decision to remove affirmative action or remove race affirmative action in college admissions. So this particular lawsuit was filed by the America First Legal, was filed by the nonprofit America First Legal, which I don't think it has anything to do with Bloom. It's a separate case. So y'all, wow. I know I had some numbers earlier for the Fearless Foundation. Those numbers I gave earlier were for the Fearless Foundation. But for the Fearless Fund, the COO, Ms. Parsons, she noted that they have invested nearly 27 million in about 40 woman-owned businesses, including Partake Foods, which I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, and also Slutty Vegan. So I've heard of Slutty Vegan. It's a restaurant, and I would love to go there. But you know, Slutty Vegan is another one. I love the name of that business. I just love it. It's ridiculous that I like it, but I just like the name. So yeah, so you all. So I think I'm done with that. I just again wanted to share that information with you because I feel like they might be coming after just again everything Black focused or for Black people, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, you all. And so they're coming after, like I say, everything DEI related. And you all, there was something in here that I wanted to read to you. So I do want to share this with you, and then I'm going to be done after these few things. So I do want to note that, hold on a second. I do want to note a few additional things. So the American First Legal Foundation that sued Hello Alice in 2022, y'all, they raised $44 million. I do want it noted that last year in July, shortly after the affirmative action in college admissions, when that was overturned. And I forgot about this until I was reading it, because I do remember when this happened. But over 14, or excuse me, attorney generals from 14 states sent a letter to 100 Fortune 500 CEOs warning them to refrain from discriminating on the basis of race, whether under the label of diversity, equity, and inclusion, or otherwise. Attorney generals, y'all, from 14 states sent a letter to 100 Fortune 500 CEOs telling them to stop their practices with DEI. And you all, some of them did. One of them is a company I'm using right now, and I am trying to figure out how I can no longer use them, because I didn't realize that they were, I may have heard that they were in one of them. I don't know if I did hear it. I didn't commit it to memory, but I'm looking for a different avenue to do the Stephanie Humphrey channel. If y'all have some information for me, let me know. But I'm gonna give you some of the companies that have pulled back initiatives, DEI initiatives, that most were birthed from the murder of George Floyd in 2020, when a lot of companies pledged to made DEI pledges. But these are some of the companies. Meta, which used to be Facebook, and Instagram is under them as well. Tesla, DoorDash, Lyft, Wayfair. Just recently, this year, okay, so that's why I didn't hear about Zoom and Snap in recent weeks has also done the same. So that's why I didn't hear about Zoom. That's why I didn't commit to memory, because they want one. But just recently, Zoom and Snap. So I'm looking for a different platform, y'all. I'm gonna figure it out, y'all, because I am not gonna be giving my money to somebody who is not supporting diversity, inclusion, and equity within their company. I'm just not gonna do it. So I'll find a different way. I'll find a different way. I do want it noted for those of you who use this company, but there were some financial institutes that shut down their DEI programs. Goldman Sachs was one of them. They shut down its diversity-driven investment fund, which it founded in 2018. They were hoping to invest $1 billion in companies led by women of color, but they shut it down. So if you have some Goldman Sachs, you use them, have some of their investments and such, you might want to just think about it. Just think about it. Let me just see if there's anything else I want to share with you. Yep, I think that's all I want to share. I think I've shared enough. I think I've given you enough information. Y'all, if I think if white people could take us back to 1862, 68, 95, not 95, but 56, 52, 43, 43, 44, all just back to enslavement times, I believe they would. If they could take us back to Jim Crow, they would. And they want to read Project 2025. You all have heard me talk about it before. If Donald Trump wins the presidency, we are certainly, y'all think this, let me finish my thought, and then I'm going to, if Donald Trump wins the presidency in November, we are going back to like Black people being, we already the bottom of the barrel, but we are going to lose even more protections than the Supreme Court has repealed. We're going to be losing a lot more protections, you all. And y'all, it's going to be bad. Like, they are wanting a Nazi style dictatorship in the United States of America. And that's what's going to happen if Donald Trump becomes president of the United States of America. And y'all, voting matters. Voting matters. It still agitates me to know that Donald Trump while he was president in those 4 years, that he was able to get 3 conservative Supreme Court justices on the bench: Brett Kavanaugh, Amy Coney Barrett. Well, no, the 2 of them, Amy Coney Barrett and Brett Kavanaugh, because the Chief Justice. Oh, I see his face. I cannot think of his name. Ooh, I should know all the justices' name, but I don't know this particular. I see his face so clear, but I can't call his name right now. But I feel like he was able to get the one that I'm thinking about. But I know Amy Coney Barrett. I remember watching her her, what do they call them? Whatever the rounds that they call them, I can't think of. I remember watching her being vetted is the best way I can call it. I watched Amy Coney Barrett's. I watched Brett Kavanaugh's, him look crying and spitting, and then of course I watched Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. She came under Ketanji Jackson Brown. She came under Joe Biden, not she came under President Joe Biden, not under Donald Trump, but I mentioned her just to say I watched all of their vetting processes, and it was interesting. If you didn't see it, I'm pretty sure that you can find it on YouTube because it was interesting, and all three of them were interesting. All right, let me just see. Let me just see because I feel like he got three of them in. Yeah, there were three. There were three. Who am I missing? I cannot think of the other. I'm gonna get his name right now. Roberts. I couldn't think of his name. No, Roberts was already there. Hold on, who am I missing? Roberts was already there. Let me think of who I'm missing, y'all. Oh, hold on, my computer is going faster than I want it to. Neil Gorsh. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I thought it was three, but I couldn't remember Neil. Guess he hasn't really stood out to me. Um I don't remember his vetting process at all. But he was able to get three conservative Supreme Court justices, which along with Clarence Thomas and Alito and Roberts, like they make up like a six majority on the Supreme Court, and whew, that's what voting matters, y'all. I mean, man, they wouldn't let former President Barack Obama, get his Supreme Court justice nominations through, but they let Donald Trump get three of them in there, y'all. Three. Voting matters, you all. We have to be mindful about who we're voting for and the implications of their winning the elections. It's been messy. It's been messy, y'all, since Donald Trump was allowed to become president. And I know some will say he was voted in, but Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. And of course, because of the Electoral College, Donald Trump was able to secure the presidency. And it's been one hell after another because, again, those conservative judges getting in and repealing the Dobbs decision, which was Roe versus Wade. Now the college admissions, affirmative action, the repealing of Section 4 of the Civil Rights Act. It's just been one thing after another, and I don't think we're done. So you all make sure that you check your voter registration to make sure you're still an active voter. If you have not registered to vote, register today, you all. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for because that's not my business. You vote your conviction, whoever that is. Pay attention to your local elections. Pay attention to who's running at the state level as well. And of course, we have the presidency. Pay attention, y'all. Let's just be alert. Let's just stay alert and be alert and research the candidates that are running in your local elections. Research the candidates that are running for U.S. State and U.S. House. Um, uh, Pay attention to, of course, what's going on with the presidential elections. We've seen Donald Trump's history. We know the lawsuits that are against him now. we have seen Joe Biden's history, and we know the policies that he has put in place to support all Americans. So just look at the history of the candidates and make your own determination about who you want to vote for. I just want you to vote. I want you to get your hind parts out of your house, go down to the polling places and vote. I don't know if all primaries have finished or not. But if you still have a primary coming up, make sure you're voting. And then, of course, we have our general election in November. Make sure that you're registered and you vote. Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm done with that. My heart hurts, y'all. Man, my heart hurts. It really does. Just the dismantling of freedoms that our forefathers fought to secure for us. There's been such a dismantling of a lot of freedoms that our children will not enjoy. Like I will never tell a woman to get an abortion. I will never tell a woman not to get an abortion. Just, the decision that a woman makes for her body, that's her business. I know some people say they're killing the baby. Some people say, it's pro-life. That's, the individuals that are against abortions. And then we have, individuals that are for a woman making her own decision about her body. I am all for a woman making her own decision about her own body. If she chooses to get an abortion, that's between her and her healthcare professional, her healthcare provider. That's up to them. It's not my business. Just like people who have babies, that's not my business. If you decide to have a C-section or a vaginal birth, that's not my business. Like if you have a major surgery, cosmetic surgery, that's not my business. What you want to do with your body, in particular as a woman, is your business. And people are getting abortions, whether it's legal or not in their state. Well, it's illegal from the federal perspective, it's illegal. But then, of course, we do have states that have instituted their own guidance and laws about abortions. But whether it's legal or not, women are going to get abortions. The only thing about it is now women who are getting abortions are getting them done in places that possibly do not have the right equipment, clean equipment, sanitary equipment. It may not be in a sanitary place. Y'all, okay, I said I was done, and I'm done. All right, let me just check the chat to see if there's anybody here. I don't see anything in the chat. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the unboxing. If y'all have any thoughts, I forgot to say, if y'all have any thoughts, please add me in, because I've been on my emotional rampage, because it's something, again, that I'm passionate about. I know that we have our own personal lives going on. I get it, because like I told y'all, I got a lot happening over in my neck of the woods, but I'm still paying attention to what's going on in the world. I'm going to go ahead and do my unboxing so I can figure out what I'm going to have for dinner. All right, y'all. So like I shared at the beginning of the broadcast, this box has been sitting in my home for like 3 weeks. I actually forgot to have the box ready 3 weeks ago on the Thursday when I did the mindfulness. And then I actually brought the box over and had it sitting right beside me last week after the mindfulness practice. But I went so long last week. I kind of went longer than I actually forgot that the box was sitting right here in the chair beside me like it was right now. But I was like, today I'm going to make sure that it's closer to me and that I go ahead and unbox. I'm just taking off my address label, y'all. That's why I'm talking to y'all and y'all hear me doing this. I know y'all ain't going to be able to see it, but I always like to take off my address labels just to make sure I'm not broadcasting that to all the free world. And even though I didn't get the label off like I wanted it, I'm going to show y'all my box. So this is the black travel box. Y'all, oh, it's upside down, my bad. My bad. Black travel box. So this is the box that I had been waiting for. And y'all, I got an opportunity to talk to the owner of the box, Miss I don't know if you pronounce her name Orion or Orion, but Orion or Miss Orion, Miss O, if you don't mind me calling you that. Thank you so much for your kindness towards me and making sure that I got the products that I ordered. I just want to say thank you so much. She was such a sweetheart. And I'm, and I just thank you. I just wanted to publicly thank you. So I'm going to open my box from Black Travel Box. So this company existed, Miss O, she established this company to give Black women in particular, but everybody, but Black women, the right size packaging for when we travel, because y'all know TSA rules are real. And so she wanted to make sure that we had products that were within the specifications of TSI, not TSI, but TSA, and to make sure that that we can, just to make sure that we have the right size products for when we're traveling, because y'all know we would normally have to go get the plastic bottles from our chosen retailer, pour our products in and do that. Well, the products are already ready for you. And so I'm going to read what she put in her little card. She put our inclusive line of Luxe products feature clean ingredients, packed well from the gym, from the gym bag to the carry-on and get you through TSA without the hassle. They are made for your busy lifestyle. All right, Black Travel Box. So I'm going to put my papers to the side, put my Black Travel Box here. And y'all love the way, when I see a good packaging, it really blesses me. Look at how cute this package is. She put Lord, I got a second package. I know I ordered some lip balm, but I don't remember what else I ordered. So I got my two packages from the Black Travel Box. I love these, by the way. I was not expecting these, but I do remember I got some lip balm. And y'all, I'm going to share this. I am going to share this with my family. So you all don't make your request made known, but I am going to share it with you. So these are my lip balm from the Black Travel Box. This is Butter Mint lip balm. I got 3 of the same. So let me see if I can show it to you close. Black Travel Box Butter Mint lip balm. So again, I will be sharing this. I don't know, I might keep one and I might not. Ooh, but I know I will. Ooh, that smells good. Ooh, that smells good. I like that. Okay, I can't read the ingredients. Well, yes, I can. So sunflower oil, seed oil, beeswax, cocoa, seed butter, and something I can't read. Peppermint oil, I smell that peppermint. Peppermint essential oil, that's what I smell. And that vitamin E, because I burn peppermint oil. I have some peppermint essential oil here. And that's what I smell. I was like, oh, that smells good. That's exactly what I smell. So these are my 3 lip balms. Told y'all, I don't remember what I ordered. Oh, this is a body balm. This is a shea butter, jojoba oil, and other natural oils body balm. I started to bring my sanitizer over, y'all, but I was like, ain't no need to bring my sanitizer over. I forgot I was going to be opening this. So this is a body balm from Black Travel Box. What am I smelling? So I can use this as a daily moisturizer. That's what it looks like. Ooh, y'all, I don't know if I'm gonna give this one away. Now I might have to keep this one now. I'm supposed to be giving this away, but I might have to keep this body balm. Matter of fact, yeah, I might keep it. We'll see what's happening. But it's a 2 fluid ounce, you all, so it's already ready for you to pack with you if you're traveling by plane. It's already ready for you. You don't have to buy any containers or anything. This body balm, travel ready, y'all. Travel ready on the plane. Oh, I got a big one. Okay. So somebody might have a little one and I'll keep the big one. We'll see how it goes. So I got the 4 ounce body balm. Okay. I told y'all I forgot what I ordered. Like, yes. I might share this one. Or the pocketbook exchange is well, no, I'll go ahead and give it to a family member. So I'll probably give away the big one. I'll keep the little one. So let's see. So somebody's born day was recent. So we'll see what happens. Praise the Lord. So that is in my first package. And let's see what's in my second package. Oh, I got 2 of the same. Oh, I got plenty to share. I done told y'all I forgot what I ordered. It's been sitting unopened for like 3 weeks. I forgot what I ordered. Okay, you all, so I might just share then. Oh yeah. Oh, I might just share this whole pack with somebody then. Maybe I'll just keep one of the body butters. The body balms, they look too good for me to give all of them up. I think I might have to keep one of these. I might have to keep one of these, y'all. Yeah, just one of them, and I'll give the rest of them away. Right? Okay. I don't plan to travel. Well, I might be traveling by plane next year. We'll see how it goes. I hadn't made a decision if I'm going yet or not. Praise the Lord. Those individuals who I've been talking to about, they understand what I mean. But I have not been on a plane since a long time. It's been a long time since I've been on a plane. And not because of anything, I just haven't had to go anywhere by plane. Like I think the last trip that I took that took more than like a couple of hours was when I went to Georgia. I ended up going to Georgia in it was before the pandemic. I want to say it was 2016 or 2017. I think it was 2016. I drove to Georgia. I just went in. I was like, I'm not flying. I just go ahead and drive. So I ended up, that's the longest trip that I've taken lately. The last plane ride I took, I don't know if it was my Georgia trip or a Vegas trip, but it's been a while since I've been on a plane. And so again, Black Travel Box provides products that are travel ready. You don't have to get any new containers. They are travel ready. So again, thank you to Miss O of the Black Travel Box. You all can follow her on Instagram and Facebook, Black Travel Box, and support Miss O, support her business. And if you're traveling by plane soon, like go ahead and get your order in so you can have some travel ready toiletries to support your travel needs. She does have some hair products for your travel needs, and then some other things. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and put her link in the chat so that you all can have it. So again, if you're traveling out of the country soon or out of state or anywhere by plane, get you some Black Travel Box, okay? Support this woman-owned, Black-owned business. And you all, that's all I have for us tonight. Every time I see this young lady on the front, y'all got to see, even if you don't plan to order, just look at the young lady like she chilling. The picture for the on the homepage, like she is chilling, and I absolutely love it. I'm like, go ahead and get your relax on, sis. So anyway, that's the link for the travel box. Again, support this woman-owned, Black-owned business if you can. Okay, you all, I would like to say thank you so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate the power of your presence. I think I was okay. I was steaming earlier, but I think I was able to calm down a little bit. You only got maybe 40% of how I was feeling earlier concerning the topic that I shared with you on tonight. But I do appreciate you all joining me tonight for Sip and Say with Stephanie. I didn't even take any sips tonight. Ain't that something? I know I usually take at least one sip, but I guess I was properly lubricated before I started talking, so I was okay. I think I took one sip at the beginning. That was it. So you all, next week, actually starting on Monday of next week, March 25th, I will be hosting the He Got Up resurrection service Monday through Saturday. We will be right here on the Stephanie Humphrey channel. So I will not host Sip and Say with Stephanie next Thursday. We will be in service at 7:00 p.m. Join me. I will be bringing forth the word 3 nights. My cousin Deaconess Tasha Owens will be bringing forth the word on Tuesday night. On Wednesday night, my aunt Sister Wanda Humphrey, will be bringing forth the word. And then on Saturday, my mom, Sister Brenda Humphrey, will be bringing forth the word. So join us to hear a word of encouragement, to hear a word of empowerment, during our He Got Up service next week, Monday through Saturday at 7 p.m. Y'all pray my strength in the Lord, okay? I do want to celebrate all the women in my life for Women's History Month. This is Women's History Month. I was going to talk about it next week before I remember. I got the He Got Up service, but I can talk about women anytime, right? And so I just want to say happy Women's History Month to all of the Humphrey women, to all of the women that are listening to the live broadcast and who will listen to the rebroadcast. I celebrate you. You may be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, you might be 15, but you have some history of being that many years upon the earth. So I celebrate your history. If it wasn't the best history, I pray that you will make your history richer and better and more enjoyable for yourself, for your family, for your community. Happy Women's History Month, okay? And you all, I do not have Netflix, but Regina King, hey Regina King, it was so good to see you, girl, doing your interview with Robin Roberts. Regina King is Shirley. Shirley Chisholm, y'all, March 22nd is coming out tomorrow. Sure, I want to see it, y'all. Shirley unbought and unbossed. So Shirley Chisholm ran for president in I could not think of the year, and I forgot to look it up before I came. I should know this by heart, but y'all, some things I just praise God. Y'all, praise God. I should have this. This should be in my memory bank, but it's not. So I apologize. In 1972, see, I was thinking of a different 70. So in 1972, she became the first Black candidate for a major party nomination. 1972, and so let me make sure I have that right. She was the first woman to run for the Democratic Party's presidential nomination. That was in 1972. So a lot of people, Black and white, and Latino, Asian, Native American, don't know who Shirley Chisholm is. And y'all, when I got a little bit older, I found out that Shirley Chisholm was alive during my lifetime. It broke my heart that I didn't know that, because I might would have tried to seek her out. I would have sought her out. I want to say sought, but I couldn't get my past and present correct. But I would have probably sought. She would think she retired in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. I might have would have sought her out to just talk with her, because Shirley, the first woman president that ran to be nominated for a president, 72, y'all, I mean, we just finished the Civil Rights Act and the Civil Rights Movement, y'all. So, but anyway, she's passed on now. So I'm really excited that Regina King is playing her. I'm really excited that her story is being told, and I'm gonna see it some way or another. Praise God. I'm done, y'all. So again, thank you all for joining me. I will see you all on Monday right here on the Stephanie Humphrey channel with the Stephanie Humphrey channel and the Stephanie Humphrey podcast with our He Got Up Resurrection service. You all be blessed, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed.